Alright, so we're back with another video. If you just started going to the gym, there are 5 key things you really need to know. 5 things that I think sometimes are common sense, but aren't really explained enough, and have confused me, or just something I haven't really done fully, or just didn't know. And
Guardian, I need those
I'm going to
fluids
be
so I can
breaking
tap
them
into the
down in
network.
this video. So, number 1. Consistency. Now, that sounds obvious. I know. But, like, I have to really, like, really drive the point in. Consistency is so important. A lot of people go to the gym and they might do it consistently, as in going 6 days a week for several weeks, but they're going to start stagnating in progress. And that's due to a couple of reasons. And one of those being, if you just go to the gym and just do every workout, any workout you can find. You know, I'm gonna do arms today, I'm gonna do chest tomorrow, and I'm gonna do chest flies on the chest day, and then the next time I go to the gym, I'm gonna do bench press, and oh, I feel like I'm gonna do bicep curls, but next time I'll try sitting down and doing bicep curls, or maybe the day after that I'm gonna do some tricep pull downs. Whatever I feel is nice. I just saw this cool YouTube video on how to do incline dumbbell presses, so I'm gonna try that. It's nice that you're exploring a bunch of options, but your muscle isn't going to grow properly if you don't stay consistent with your workouts. So when I'm talking about consistency, I mean it in both categories. You need to stay consistent with your workout and consistently go to the gym. If you don't do both, you're not going to see gains later down the line. For people who just started going to the gym, it's a little easier for the gains to start showing, as you've activated the muscle, and the muscle's going to start to grow from the activation, as it's something you haven't done before. But for those people who normally go to the gym, or you plan to make this something normal, I thought I had stun. You plan to make this something normal, it's not gonna work, because you're not doing it consistently. You can't go to the gym for a week and then stop, and then go to the gym for a week and then stop. You're not gonna be able to grow muscle. Growing muscle, a part of it is atrophy, which is the continuous stress and deconstruction of your muscles. That's a lot of the problem there. People don't do that. People go and do random workouts that actually hit other areas of your muscle group. For example, if let's say you did flat bench presses, right? Flat bench presses target the chest very well. But if you randomly decided one day that you wanted to switch things up and you're going to start doing incline bench presses, depending on the incline, you're targeting your shoulders more than you're actually targeting your chest. And that can be a big issue, considering not only that, because of that, your chest, you're going to notice that you're not gaining as much muscle, and even your pump might feel a little short. Honestly, I prefer incline dumbbell presses, as that's what gives me a good pump, and I like the way my chest looks when I do it, but it's different for everyone, really. It's different for everyone. So, going on to number 2. Number 2 is setting a goal. And this is important because it allows you to properly keep track of your lifts, which is something you need to do. Like, staying consistent isn't the only part of the equation. Knowing how far you've gotten, so that way maybe next week or the week down the line you can increase your weight and properly put stress on your muscle, is important too. If you don't know like how much you've been lifting, you could be like me. When I started, I lifted about 20 pounds when I went to the gym doing curls. I would do curls with 20 pounds, and I'd be doing it for maybe 3 weeks, and I'm like, huh, this is funny. You know, I thought I'd be stronger by now. Why am I not stronger? This is so weird, right? And the whole reason was because, silly me, I never increased my weight. I've been lifting the same weight the entire time. And sure, I was getting better at it, but it would have been a lot faster if the moment I was capable of doing 15 reps with 20 pounds, I switched to doing 25. Right? By increasing the amount of reps or the weight, you can increase the stress you put on your muscle. But it's best if you stay between 6 to 8 reps for strength and 10 to 12 reps for hypertrophy. Right? That's what's best. So setting goals, right? Like, I want to be able to bench this much by then, right? Realistic goals, too. It can't be just some random goal that doesn't make sense. It needs to be a realistic goal. I want to bench this much. I want to be able to do these many pull-ups. I want to be able to curl this much, right? Setting those goals helps you keep track of how far along you are in your workout. And I feel like this one's pretty simple. Number 3, it's simple, but it's not discussed enough. I feel like a lot of influencers don't mention this. Money. Money is always going to be something you're going to need when you go to the gym. For the membership, for the gas to get there. Unless you live really close, then I really envy you. I was like, honestly, being able to walk to the gym just sounds amazing. But the whole thing is, if you're trying to make this your focus, and I don't mean to scare you, but creatine, protein, food, eating healthy is really important, right? Creatine is not necessary, but eating the necessary protein, which is about 0.8 to 1 grams per body weight, is really important and costly. I don't know what state you live in, I don't know what country you live in, but for me, buying the groceries that I need is way too costly, more than I think is worth it, and that is something that holds me back. A lot of the time when I first started working out and going to the gym, I was using my entire paycheck on gas and groceries, and I had to fiercely track my macros and calculate how much money I had because I wasn't making enough to really facilitate going to the gym. So money is something that you really do need to pay attention to. It's not going to be some gym fantasy where you just go and you lift weights every day and you get to meet your guys, you get to go with the bros and be like, yeah, we're getting big, let's go. No, there's more to it. There's stuff outside the gym that happens, right? There's stuff outside the gym that happens, and bringing it to outside the gym, this is our next 2 key points. Number 4 being know yourself. Know yourself. When you're scheduling yourself for consistency, schedule yourself for success. Do you typically procrastinate? Right? Maybe you feel like you don't have enough time. Right? I used to go to the gym after work because I procrastinate. That's something I do. So because I procrastinate, I like to immediately after doing something, make it another task. Like I'll get off work and I'll go to the gym. That's what I do. Because it makes it easier for me, not only time-wise, but responsibility-wise, it takes a burden off my shoulders. So, really, knowing yourself is really important. You've also got to know what you like. Some people, they like to do cable curls, which I feel is weird. I like easy bar curls for my biceps. That's really good for me. You know, knowing yourself is really important. Figuring out what exercises you like and making that your norm. So that way you're not constantly switching through all these different exercises and not properly training your muscles. And really, I'm running low on microphone battery, so we're going to make this short. Number 5, the last one. Do your research. Now, funny enough, research shows that doing research helps make consistency easier. Because when you think about it when you're not doing it, you're more likely to do it. And, yeah, sure, duh, like, that makes sense. Why are you saying that? That's obvious. Well, it might be obvious, but do you do it? That's the question. It might be obvious, but do you do it? I mean, I only started doing it recently, unknowingly, in certain subjects. And now I try to do it actively. And that's the key difference, is doing it actively. By actively theorizing, you facilitate yourself for growth. And allow yourself to find better workouts or more workouts that you enjoy. Maybe you figure out some secrets or other things, like the hacks to get a six-pack in 4 weeks. Which, I may or may not be doing a video on how to get a six-pack in 4 weeks, right? Now, doing your research, for me, I find it fun. It makes it engaging. It turned making content and going to the gym for more than just a little side hustle. It made it a passion, right? It made it something I actually enjoy. So, again, do your research. You might find that you actually like doing it more than you think. And take the time to hit the subscribe button. You don't have to, but I'd love to hear from other people who go to the gym, what their workouts are, what their plans are, and what games they play. Stuff like that. Build the community. Have a good day.